my Premier League Player of the Season nominee, I'll include Van Dijk.
Mhm.
But now, right now, in the last month or so, last 2 months or last 6 weeks, Liverpool has
Yeah,
been
Van Dijk has not been.
sloppy. I would,
But
yeah, I'll
there's
take
an
him out of
argument
the
to be
league.
made. There's an
Mhm.
argument to be made. Van Dijk has played largely with players. He's been partnered in that middle with players who have not been really good or
Okay,
who are still too young.
okay.
Yeah, he had Matip in the beginning of the season. Matip
Hmm.
got injured. Then he
Konate,
started playing with Konate.
and then you
Konate
have
got injured. He
Kwanzaa,
started playing with even
Kwanzaa,
the other guy.
Kwanzaa,
No, not
Kwanzaa.
before Panzer. The other guy who always subs in for Alexander Arnold. He
Bradley,
has a
Bradley,
no,
Bradley.
no, not him.
Oh, Gomez, Joe
Gomez.
Gomez,
There you go.
Joe Gomez.
Gomez.
Okay. Hmm.
He has played with Gomez and
Yeah.
then with
Hmm.
this new guy Kwanzaa. So
Okay.
you can't really fault him. My only issue is Van Dijk should not have been in there. Yes, because we have better defensive partnerships in the league throughout. We've seen that.
I think
I think
Saliba has
they
had.
probably
I think
didn't want
Saliba
to put
has.
too many Arsenal players in there.
I think Saliba has played better than Van Dijk this season.
Saliba,
Saliba.
exactly.
Yeah.
Gabriel, they
No,
didn't put any of
Not
them in there.
Gabriel, Saliba. Yeah. 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 So but it's
No,
straight. But
Gabriel has skills.
Saliba is a nominee for the Young Player of the Season.
Young player, but I mean, come on.
Saliba. Yeah. But I thought
If,
he should be
if you're
making.
putting Foden in this one, you should put. You
You
don't
have
worry about the age and
you have players.
take Saliba too.
Yeah. This list is very tricky.
It's a very
I have about 3 or 4 players on this list. If they win it, it won't be. I won't say I wanted this guy.
it won't be an issue.
If Foden wins, I'll be like, oh yeah, deserves. If
Yeah,
Kopama wins, I'll be like, wow, he deserves. If Odegaard
Declan
wins, I'll
Rice.
be like, oh, he deserves. If
Declan Rice.
Only Watkins, if he wins, I'll be like, oh, he deserves because Watkins has been exceptional this season.
Okay,
He's played the kind of uh, Hurricane kind of striker where
striker
he's good.
hero. Yeah,
Even when he doesn't score, you still see him
he
participating
still
in
does
the
the work for the
game.
team. Yeah.
Still does the work. Yeah. So those are some of the players that I think that they
Wait,
deserve it.
Not Martin Odegaard, not Declan Rice.
No,
I
I said
think
Odegaard. Yeah, Martin
Odegaard.
Odegaard.
Okay, good.
I said Martin Odegaard, Phil Foden,
Palmer,
Oli Watkins, and Palmer.
Palmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rice, but no, Rice. Yes, Rice has had a good season, but not he deserves to be a nominee, but I don't think he
Mhm.
deserves to win it.
To be honest, I don't think Erling Haaland should be in the list.
Yeah, Erling Haaland too. Yeah, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
he's the top scorer, so by
Yeah,
default he's there. But I don't
I
think he
don't
should
think
be
he
in the
should be
list.
in the
Because
list.
even if you
Yeah,
ask me to make a team of the season, I will put Oli
it would
Watkins as my striker.
be
I will
ahead of
put
him.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's something to say about strikers. There's something about a flair in a striker. When you have a striker who scores nice goals and beautiful goals, Haaland doesn't do that. Like when Oli Watkins scores, you enjoy the goal. He's like a person. It's finesse, it's flair. Is Alexander Isak, same thing. But when
yeah.
Erling
Isaac.
Haaland scores, he's like robot. He's a robot. He just like it's a goal.
Yeah, Isaac
It's not
has been good.
beautiful. It's not footballistic. Like that's how I see it, anyways.
Yeah,
Um, the other thing, let's talk about omissions. Let's talk about omissions from this list. There's no Saka. A lot of people were making noise about it on X.
Saka,
There's no Rodri.
Saka
There's
doesn't.
no
Saka,
Rodri.
yeah. To me, it's
I
good.
think I
I
think
don't think Rodri should be
Rodri
in the
is
list.
really good.
Yeah, Rodri has
I
been
think
good, but
Rodri is really good and should have been in this list.
Rodri, yeah, maybe Rodri, but no, not
There's no
Saka,
Man City without Rodri.
not
There's
Saka,
no
not
Man
Saka.
City without Rodri. If you notice, every time City has struggled is when they've played without Rodri. So there's no Man City without Rodri, at least from my estimation. So I think Rodri should have been in this list. Erling Haaland should not have been in this list. They should have put Rodri. I don't
Hmm.
think Virgil van Dijk should have been in this list.
Hmm.
Saliba should have been in the list. Um, I really don't know anybody else. I'm trying to think. Uh, but I kind of understand why they did it. But it's just anyways, it's nominations. Let's go vote and see what happens, right? Let's go vote and see what happens when we put our votes out there, see how it gets counted, see what's weighted and how it works out. But for you, who is your player of the season so far? We
Cole
have two
Palmer.
games to go, so I don't know that it will make a difference. you
Cole
know
Palmer.
Cole Palmer, you
Hmm.
think?
Yeah, that's my player of the season.
Hmm.
I take so many things. I know people will say he scored 15 penalties, but I'm taking so many things into consideration: the
Like,
environment, the club he plays for, the expectations. The expectations. He came in as a bencher from Man City, a player that Chelsea is bringing with potentials, to a player
Mhm.
that Chelsea cannot cope without.
Without.
You know,
True.
and besides the fact that even though I'm like I tell you, I'm not a person who is so focused on numbers, right? But
Mhm.
I don't only look at it as his assists because they only call them assists if you score. So if you're providing passes to a striker, he doesn't score, it doesn't count as an assist. And
Doesn't
if they
count.
go to numbers, they'll say how many assists he get.
How many
But if you
assists he
look,
get.
Palmer
Then
has
he
been
gives
giving
those passes,
he's been
and
giving those
Jackson wastes
free
them.
passes. Jackson has
Yeah,
been missing,
but
Sterling has been
Jackson
missing,
will finish anytime.
Madueke, So and those
They miss.
real passes, not those computer passes that you give a pass to a player on your cam and he beats three defenders
And
and
it's a
score and you
shocker
call it an
because
assist.
this kid was at Man City. Just
Yeah,
imagine him playing on one side and Foden playing on the other side,
yeah.
and Haaland playing down the middle. Guy,
Yeah,
this
so
City would have
yeah,
been
so
terrified.
that's where he came from. He was on the bench at Man City. He came to Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea. He knew he was going to play, but not going to be like the player like what some people say Cole Palmer FC, not Chelsea FC, right?
True.
So no
True.
one saw this coming, and then he's proven himself. He's played well. He scored goals. He's provided goals. He's been in the game. There's not been a game for Chelsea that you could say Palmer flopped. You can say Palmer was not in the game, but
The
you
game.
cannot say he flopped.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's how I look at it. That's why he's
Cool.
my man. But like I said, Foden,
I
Palmer,
think
those
Phil
are my
Foden.
two. Yeah.
Yeah,
But plus
you pick Palmer,
Odegaard.
I go Foden.
Yeah, but
Even though
Odegaard too has been
I
so.
would love
Odegaard
for
has been.
Odegaard to win it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Odegaard has been so impressive.
So this is what I think. This is what I think. If Arsenal wins the league, I think a lot of people will vote either Odegaard or Rice.
You think so?
Yes.
You think he has? I think me. You know how I look at it.
How?
I think if City wins the league, they're gonna compensate us. Voters are gonna compensate Arsenal with giving them a
Arsenal.
player of the season.
You
If
think?
Arsenal wins the league, they're going to compensate City. Not compensate, I mean, like voters are going to
Voters,
use
yeah,
some
they will
compassion to say,
sympathy
okay,
and go for it.
yeah,
I think
sympathy.
it's the
So
opposite
that's how
for
I
I
look at
think
it.
it will happen for Man City.
They're not going to credit them with winning. They're going to
Ah,
credit them for losing. That at least they need to get something.
makes
That's how
sense.
I look
Makes
at
sense.
it.
I think it will be more about the managers of the manager of the league of the season nominees. All right, let's
Uh,
talk about managers. Managers. So Pep Guardiola is nominated, of course.
mhm.
Jurgen Klopp is nominated. Mikel Arteta is
Jurgen Klopp?
nominated. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp is
Okay.
nominated. Mikel
Yeah.
Arteta is nominated. Unai Emery is
Okay.
nominated, and your guy at Bournemouth, Areola, is
Raula.
also nominated.
Raula. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Mhm.
I would say manager
I
of
will
the
give it
season,
to my manager of the season is Unai Emery.
Unai.
Unai Emery.
I hate that guy, man. But yeah, I have to be
Yeah.
honest. Yes, since he came into Aston Villa is a
Yeah.
completely different outfit.
Yeah, I'll give it my
Sort of
manager
how
of the team is Unai Emery.
yeah, sort of how Arsenal changed under Mikel Arteta. I would say Una
Oh, but it
Emery
took
has done
yes.
a job with
Yes,
Aston Villa.
another thing. As Arsenal gave Ateta the time. Most teams will not do that. Ateta came in his first two
Mhm.
seasons, he finished eighth. Most teams will like
Yes,
say, "Go, you're not qualified for us." But if we're honest to ourselves, Arsenal has improved,
a lot,
and they
a
get the
lot.
improving. Even though they finished second last season, if they finish second this season, I still think they
It's still a
improved
good
a
improvement.
lot from
You
last
still see
season.
improvement. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing with Aston Villa. It's the same thing with Aston Villa because Aston Villa missing out on the European Conference League is
Mhm.
still a huge accomplishment because they will get into I think they will get into the Champions
Yeah,
League
they will. They will.
spot.
They will. Yeah.
I don't see, and they could surprise us this week tomorrow and beat Liverpool. That's the first thing that I'm thinking because Liverpool hasn't been that
Liverpool
terrifying. It
is
is a derby
Liverpool.
game too.
Liverpool is going to finish third. So I don't. Liverpool knows that they cannot fight the league again anymore. So even if Villa beats them, it's
Exactly.
not an issue. They're going to
So they
finish
really
third.
don't have anything to play
Yeah, they
for.
don't really
So
have
I
anything
think
to play
Aston
for.
Villa will
Yeah,
be coming in that game ready to just kill this thing and take fourth place. So
Liverpool
they will
and
play a different
yeah,
type of game
Villa has more to lose than
to lose.
Liverpool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But the fact that they played this week during the week might be tough, but we'll see how they do. They can use this game as a bounce back game and make it a big
the game
deal.
is on
But
Sunday, right?
yes,
It's
yes.
on
But
Sunday. Okay.
it's good to see Andoni Iraola also nominated. It's
Yeah,
a
at
good thing
least
because we
yeah,
talked about him
because
earlier. Bournemouth
most
has
teams.
been a very good
Yeah,
side.
most people or plastic fans would think that good coaches are only coaches that the teams are on top or they're winning trophies. They don't pay
Exactly.
attention to some coaches who have transformed clubs from relegation battling teams to teams that are comfortable in the top 10 or something. They only focus on you don't win with it. You don't win with it. That man is a coach, you don't win with it. Yeah. But
That's
there's a
funny.
lot when you're talking about
I
coaching,
agree.
a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. Where they come from to where they are and things like
Where
that.
they are
You
and
must
how much
you must
progress
know
they've
that.
achieved,
You
right?
must know You must not win a trophy to be a good coach. Yeah,
Agreed. Agreed.
you need to win trophies to be world class or top, but to be a good manager, good coach, you have to. Yeah, you
And there's
can be
quite a
down
few of
there.
them. All right.
Yeah.
Great, great. Let's talk about Premier League young player of the season nominees.
Hmm.
Erling Haaland again,
Yeah.
Phil Foden,
Hmm.
Bukayo Saka, William
Yeah.
Saliba,
Hmm.
Alexander Isak again,
Hmm.
Cole
Yeah.
Palmer,
Hmm.
Kobe Mino, and
Yeah.
Destiny Udogi.
Odegi. Yeah. Okay. I have an
Udogi,
issue with this. I think the Premier League should revisit this young player. To me, I think once you get to the age of 23, you're ripe
you're no
enough.
longer a
You
young
should
player.
not be
Yeah,
in the yeah, you should not be in that young player category, man.
agreed.
And it's
Agreed.
if even if you're 24, if you started the league at 23, you still qualify. You
Hmm.
understand? That's how it is. So if you started the league when you were 23 years old and right now you're 24 years, you still qualify for the young player of the season nominee.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it
Opinions.
is.
All right. Well, who do you think wins this one?
Cole Palmer.
You want him to
Eh,
double then? He can be player of the season and also young player of the
Cole,
season.
Cole Palmer. No, no, no. I know he's gonna win one. I know. To
He's
me,
gonna win one for sure.
it's gonna
That
be
that's for
more.
sure.
He's gonna be more towards. I
I
think
think
it's
they'll
gonna
give young
be.
player to him
Yeah,
and
I think
then
it's
give
gonna be more towards the young player.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think they'll give young player to him and then
yeah.
give Declan Rice the player of the season.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Odegaard.
There's just
Odegaard.
this thing about
Odegaard or
yeah,
Foden.
yeah. Foden, I would love to see Foden win,
Yeah.
but I can guarantee you if City wins the league, there will be very little compassion about this, and they will not give it to any City player.
But that's what I told you, right? That's what I told you. I said if they win the
Yeah.
league, it's gonna come. If City wins the league, it's gonna come from Arsenal. If Arsenal wins the league, it's gonna come from City. Wait, just wait and see.
Yeah.
Watch. I mean, player of the season.
I
The
think
young
manager
player of the
of the
season for
season
some
will
reason,
determine.
young will
Yeah.
be Cole Palmer. Young player Cole Palmer will probably win the young player.
But I personally think manager of the season will be determined by who wins the league.
Oh yeah,
If
okay.
City
Manager of the
wins the
season.
league,
Okay,
they'll give it
okay.
to Mikel Arteta. A lot of
Yeah.
people will give it to Mikel Arteta.
Mhm.
If Arsenal wins the league, they will give it to Pep Guardiola.
No, let
Or
me tell you something. This is a win-win situation for Arteta. Even if he wins or he loses the league, I think he's still gonna win it.
you think?
Yeah. It's going to be a win-win situation for Ateta. Wait and see. It's going to be Ateta or Unai Emery. Guardiola is not going to win
Yeah,
the league.
Arteta or Unai, one
It's
of
going
the
to be
two.
Ateta or Unai
Yeah.
Emery this season.
And
Guardiola is
and
not
it's
going to
funny
win it.
that I'm saying Unai Emery because you guys know how I feel about Unai
Yeah.
Emery.
Then
But
why do
in
you
this one,
feel? Why do you feel so bad about him?
this guy made me cry in front of the TV because of Arsenal, man. You don't get to a final of the Europa League and then lose 4-0 to Chelsea. Man, come on.
4-1,
Like
4-1, 4-1.
it was 4-1 to Chelsea. Like, come on. Finals of the Europa League? I cried that day, man. I remember I cried real tears. I was pissed off.
Why did you
Pissed
cry?
off. Nah, man. After Wenger had left, we had a chance. Just
Hmm.
one trophy. So
And
that we
who
don't
brought you guys
hear
in?
this
When was the
this
last time you guys got to that level?
thank you. This
No.
like and
So you
Arsenal
guys
was
are, instead of appreciating him for taking you guys that
nah,
far, you're only looking at the
nah, you
result,
don't
the
lose like
score.
that, bro. You don't lose
Okay.
like that. You don't lose like that. It hurt, man. It hurt. Trust me. Like I've never cried for Arsenal before, but this guy, man, this guy. I've gone back to that game so many times to watch it. And in my head, I'm just wondering, like, what type of lineup? Like, what was the plan? Eden Hazard, Eden Hazard is like one of these guys who can make things happen, undo. He can create and undo, and you have no plan to block him from playing. Like, and this is the same thing that happened with PSG versus Barcelona in that game where Barcelona came back, and it was still Unai Emery. So
So
since that moment, I was
So
in my
who
head.
you wanted with at Barcelona had Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. So you wanted a plan on how to block three of them or what?
They had man, they could have figured something out.
Uh,
They could have figured something out. Bruh, like, and the thing is, when you look at that game, right? You look at that game and you're thinking to yourself, like, when the game started, what was it? Giroud, a former Arsenal guy, scored against us, and bruh, like, what? There was no plan. Oh God.
no, you cannot say there
Don't
was
make
no
me
plan.
think back to that
You
day. Don't
cannot
make me go
say
back to that day because Unai Emery hurt me, man. Unai Emery hurt me. I'm not gonna lie to you. From that moment on, I've always had this question mark about him. But hey, if he wins it, kudos. He has done an amazing job at Aston Villa. All right. So I think that's pretty much all what I had on my notepad for us to discuss today. But any parting words, any thoughts, any quick thoughts? Let's quickly check to see if there's any comments anywhere. Um, just bear with me here. See if the stream has any comments. I don't see any comments on
Yeah,
Facebook. I see a comment. It said
thank you.
nice one. That was
Yeah,
earlier.
that's my boy
Thank you so
Brian.
much, Brian. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Brian.
that's my
I
boy. He's a
appreciate that.
coach. He's a coach. We're gonna invite him one day. Yeah, he coaches
So we
Montreal
can
United.
interview him.
A
Oh, that
soccer
would be
coach
nice.
in Montreal. Yeah, he coaches Montreal United. So we're gonna get him here one day to give us
That'll be
his
good. That'll be
expert
good.
knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on, Ajab. Really, really,
Yeah,
really enjoyed the conversation. True
same
Lion,
here.
if you're out there, we miss you, man. Make sure you come back. We need to
Mhm.
see you in one piece. Any parting words? Any parting words? What do you
Well,
think this weekend holds for us? Yeah, I know you've already answered that
business as
question.
usual. Business
I
as usual.
I think the league ends this weekend. I know you differ in that. You have a
Mhm.
different point of view, but let's see how it goes, right? All right, everyone. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Really, really appreciate you. Please do not forget to like, subscribe. I know it's a shameless thing to keep saying and repeating, but
Yeah.
we cannot be in front of you if you don't subscribe. Because when you subscribe and click the notification bell, when we come on live, you will get a notification on your phone and you can get on.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily have to send you the link for you to jump
Mhm.
on, right? But you can do all of that stuff. Subscribe, follow, like, always comment. Some of this stuff we talk about, it's our points of view, but we also want to sample your opinion. We want to get what you
Mhm.
think. We want to
Mhm.
hear what you think about what we say. And if there's something we say that does not sit well with you, call us out. Let's have a conversation about it. That's what we try to do here. The football trio. Now, the leagues are coming to an end in a few weeks, right? 3 more weeks, right? By the 19th of May, everything will be over, and then the European League will be over June. The European Cups, Champions
Mhm.
League, Europa League, European Conference League will be complete June 1st. And then we start getting ready for the Europas. The
Mhm.
Europa,
The Euro
the
Cup, Germany.
Europa, yeah, the
Mhm.
Euros. I don't even know how they call it anymore.
Euro,
The Euro,
Euro.
the
Euro.
Euros, yeah. Once the Euros are over, we're in the Copa America. So there's a lot of football to go around, even
And
though
then
it's the summer.
by the time Copa America is done, we're preparing for the start of
We're
the
back
season,
again
you
in the
know?
league, right? We'll be talking about
Pre-season and all that.
transfers and all the other
Transfer.
stuff. We've already started seeing coaches being fired left and right, coaches
Mhm.
being programmed. On a parting word, what's his name? Manchester United's coach. What's his name
Ten
again?
Hag, Ten Hag.
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag. He says he's not getting fired. He's very sure of that in his press conference today before Arsenal game, because somebody asked him and he was like, "Oh, he's not getting fired. He knows the owners will not fire him." I don't know, whatever. But if he doesn't deliver the goods this season, I think he's gone. Because I know that Ratcliffe is intent on bringing Southgate and a different team to coach that team and a different set of people to coach the team. But I think Southgate only joins if England performs really well in the Euros. If not, he's not going to want to take that leap. Outside of that, guys, let's see how it happens. Starting tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Right, we'll connect again on Sunday after
Yeah,
the games,
yes.
and it's a pleasure having you here, man. Thank you so much
Same
for
here,
being on.
same here.
Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend.